Namaste and welcome to Awaken Living with Nibodhi. My name is Nibodhi. I am honored, grateful, and humbled that you're here joining me. Something in you is guided to this space, this moment, this circle, whether it was divine synchronicity or a whisper in the wind. Whatever it is, I'm grateful that you're here. In this very first episode, I want to share with you a little bit about myself and what this podcast is all about. So thank you for joining me. I've spent decades immersed in understanding what it is to live a spiritual life, to live an awakened life. I've spent more than 3 decades studying Ayurvedic medicine, naturopathy, sacred relationships, personal transformation. I've been a student of Sanatana Dharma, Vedanta, yoga, tantra. I've had the unfathomable blessing of studying with some of the greatest masters ever to walk on this planet, from India, from North America, from South America, shamans, Vaidyas, rishis. I've also had the opportunity to study suffering, my own suffering, the world's suffering, and joy, and consciousness, and spirit. I've been here for 49 years. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a guru. I'm a student filled with curiosity. I'm here to share what I've experienced, what I've learned. More than any credential, what I can offer is devotion. Devotion to truth, devotion to healing, to love, and to the awakening of our full potential. Again, I'm not a guru or an expert or anything. I'm just a person on the path who's walked through fire, figuratively and literally. And I pray that I continue to walk with humility and curiosity every single day. What this podcast is, more than anything, is an offering from my heart and soul, from my life of service, of devotion to us, to the planet, to humans, to the universe. And what I want to offer in this podcast is a unification or a weaving of East and West, of the ancient and modern, of heaven and earth. So together we'll explore a vast and mysterious landscape of what it means to truly live, to live fully, to live hopefully wisely, and to live well, to live with love, to live awakened, an awakened life. Awakened living, it's not just a podcast, it's my prayer. It's my sacred fire. And I want this to be a gathering place for anyone who wants to remember, who wants to awaken. I have a simple and powerful intention here to explore and share the pathways that return us to harmony, first within ourselves and then within our communities, our families, with the earth and the whole universe, the greater consciousness. And in these times, in this Kali Yuga, in this modern world, there's so much distraction. Distraction is at its maximum. And nourishment, real soul nourishment, is at a minimum. We need grounded, soul-based guidance more than ever. What we need is to return to ancient ways, ancient roots, these sacred rhythms and the wisdom traditions. And we need the modern science. We need what's filled with love and compassion, whatever works. And we need to do it in a way that's real. It's not bypassing. It needs to be relatable. It needs to be rooted in our body, not just concepts and ideas. The medicine that I hope to offer here is through the portals of consciousness, through the portals of healing, and through the portals of love and sharing and community and understanding. Some of the things I will explore here, the main thing is Ayurveda, which is the science of life. It's poetic, it's precise, it's a way of living in alignment with ourself, with the universe, with the seasons, with our unique individual creative incarnation. And many of the other topics that we'll discuss here, I will look at through the lens of Ayurveda. It's a conversation. We're going to do a deep dive exploration. Also, the traditions of the Vedas of India will look at yoga, not just the physical postures, but the deeper connection to yoga, the deeper awareness of what it means to be aware. We're going to look at Tantra. Tantra not as a sexual path, but as a path of transmuting energy into our own embodied divinity. We'll look at the Vedic astrology, Jyotish, which is a sacred mirror of the cosmos, revealing our soul's purpose and the divine timing of our incarnation, and all the different Vedic and indigenous psychology and counseling methods, tools for understanding our mind, how we navigate our emotions, and how we work with our suffering, and how we dissolve our suffering with compassion, with empathy, with clarity. We're going to look at all these things. The Vedic traditions of Sanatana Dharma and Vedanta, these eternal wisdom paths, these beings incarnated thousands of years ago and did so much meditation, so much inner exploration to write it down and bring us the wisdom so we can benefit from it now, here, today. And all these teachings, really, they're just showing us how to get back to our own true nature without fear, beyond the illusion, beyond the ego. And so many things I want to talk about: herbal and plant medicines from every tradition, energy medicine, sound healing, sound vibrational frequencies, and modern science. Modern science and integrative healing, neuroscience, somatic therapy, cutting-edge research, all of this through the lens of spirit, through the lens of consciousness and wholeness. We'll explore how all these streams converge, not as separate techniques, not as separate individual sciences, but as a living flow, a river, a single flowing, all these paths, all the rivers flow into one river back to the ocean of remembrance, the ocean of balance, the ocean of awakened being where all beings can swim. And in this sharing, some of the episodes, many of the episodes will be guided, facilitated by me, solo explorations and what I've learned in my embodied practices and whatever I can share from my heart as authentically as I can. And I want to invite open conversations with shamans, with mystics, with artists, with teachers, with musicians, with poets, with scientists, with our elders, all who carry pieces of the whole. With you, I want to have people, real people on the podcast. I want to share, I want to have conversations, people who are walking their path with integrity, with depth, with presence. And I hope that each episode will really offer something to integrate into our life, whether it's a shift in perspective, a breathwork practice, some kind of deeper self-reflection. This podcast, it's not about information. It's about transformation, bridging ancient wisdom, modern science, modern innovation, functional health, neuroscience, psychology, all of it, creating this holistic map for healing and awakening in today's world. If you're here listening to this, there's a part of you that also wants this, that yearns to live not just a healthy life, but an awakened life, a life that's governed by rhythm, with reverence, vitality, presence, that's sacred. A life where health is not just about the absence of disease, it's the embodiment of our own radiance. A life where consciousness is not a concept, it's a lived experience, life force moving through us. That's what I'm here to share. That's what I hope can be transmitted through this podcast, and it will be an ongoing conversation. I want to begin this podcast with a blessing and a prayer. So before we really begin the first true conversation, let's pause together. Let's breathe together. If you're able to, close your eyes for a moment. Let your breath be slow. Let your awareness drop into your body and feel the heart space. And from this heart space, let us offer a blessing for this sacred journey. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering. May all beings remember who they are. May all beings remember the truth of who they are. May we walk this path of health and awakening together with compassion, with courage, clarity, grace, and love. May this podcast be a source of healing and inspiration. And may every listener remember the wholeness within. May any wisdom shared here ripple outward, touching the lives and the land and the generations to come. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings everywhere be at peace. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for choosing to live a more conscious life, more courageously, more compassionately. This journey we're about to begin, to me, it's sacred and it's just the beginning. If what you hear here resonates with you, number one, I invite you to subscribe and share this with your friends and create a growing circle of awakening. But we're not just individuals, we're a community. We are weavers of consciousness. With every episode, I truly invite you to share your life experience, how each episode affects you. What experiences are you having in life that relate to whatever we're talking about? What wisdom do you have to share? This should be a community discussion, a community forum where we're discussing and awakening together. Remember, I am not the teacher. I am a student. I am just as curious as anyone. I feel like I'm a perpetual learner. And I pray that this vehicle of this podcast transports us to new places. Until next time, remember, nurture yourself, nurture your soul. Walk in beauty, walk in truth, live in presence. You are sacred, you are powerful, you are whole, and you are a radiant being of infinite possibility. In love and light and devotion, namaste.